Have you noticed that you're taking home a bit more money this new year after looking at your paycheck? That's because there's less money being deducted for Social Security. Here to explain that and other economic news that's important to you is Tariq Shafi. He's a CPA and also adjunct professor at Stratford University. So explain the new Social Security rate. This is great news.
It really is. And Morris, if you've already gotten paid this month, you would have noticed an uptick in your take-home pay. That's because the Social Security tax withholding has been reduced from 6.2% to 4.2%. That means that if you're an employee who earns, say, $50,000 a year, 2% times the $50,000 means an extra $1,000 in your pocket a year.
Everybody's happy regardless of how much we're taking home. Any little bit helps. You've got some good advice, so should we go out and spend it or invest it?
Well, you certainly can go out and spend it. That would spur economic growth, as most economists tell us. Or you can invest it in a CD, earn a little bit of interest, or you could put it in your retirement account, such as an IRA or a 401k plan, and to get some tax-deferred growth there. If your employer matches your contribution, say in our example, $1,000, and if they match dollar for dollar, then you would have $2,000 in your tax-deferred account.
This lame duck session of Congress, never mind what we think about them, but they were really quite productive in what they did for tax law. There was a whole bunch of things that changed. There was a lot of good news coming in.
Absolutely, for both employees and employers. And the employers would be your for-profit employers, organizations, and non-profit organizations. For example, if you are an employer who employs up to 25 employees and they earn an average of $50,000 a year or less, then you can get a tax credit on all the income tax premiums, or I beg your pardon, the health insurance premiums on their income tax returns. And really, it's just right off the press, because just the other day, the IRS formalized the Form 8941. So it's just really very brand new.
Business startup deductions have also changed.
They have indeed. They used to be $5,000 a year, but starting 2011, you can deduct up to $10,000 on startup expenses.
Now, as we're making plans for the 2010 taxes and getting all that stuff filed, first-time homebuyer credit, don't forget that, sir.
Absolutely.
That's very important. How does that work again?
Well, again, on your income tax returns for 2010, those first-time home buyers who bought their home and the contract was ratified by April 30th of 2010, and the closing happened by September 30th, they can get a wonderful credit on their income tax return up to $8,000.
I wish we had that again, because that really spurred the real estate market, and then it's been soft in so many places ever since. And these aren't only original first-time home buyers. These are home buyers that have had property before, but a certain amount of time has lagged, and they got back into the market. What else should we be looking for going into this new year, 2011, in terms of what the lame duck session did for us with money?
Well, if I can just stay with the home credit, that is one important item that most people will miss, and that is that you, in 2008, if you receive this home buyer credit, you have now to start paying that back, Morris, because it wasn't really a tax credit. It was really a tax-free loan that you must repay starting on your income tax return that you prepare for 2010. So I thought I would mention that.
Good point.
You know, what the government giveth, it can taketh away anytime.
In the final seconds we've got, what was the most important thing, or were there a bunch of things that this lame duck session did for our economics?
I think there were a bunch of items. I'm a tax guy, so I think what sticks out to me is the insurance, the medical insurance credit that employers can deduct. I think that's a great deduction for employers.
It's very important. We're going to be noticing this as the year goes by,
Absolutely.
too. Tariq Shafi, thank you so much for being with us on the Business Report.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.